I'm A.L. Mummy. Today I'm going to give a lecture on acceleration claims by the contractor or subcontractor. Construction contracts are usually fall behind for various reasons, having the completion date in jeopardy. If the contractor does not voluntarily accelerate the works to keep the completion date intact, it will need an express term of the contract or a separate agreement between the employer and the contractor to facilitate acceleration and acceleration costs. Contractual position. The IEC 6th and 7th edition includes clause number 46.3, the employer or the engineer to request the contractor to complete the works in time, in a time less than the contract period or extended contract period. If the contractor is agreement, special terms and conditions of payment have to be agreed. The JCT management form includes a detailed provision of the acceleration similar to clause 46.3 of the IECE conditions, and provision can only be operated with the agreement of the contractor. Condition 38 of GC Works 1 1998 operates in a similar way. The engineering and construction contract clause 36 gives the project manager the power to instruct the contractor to submit a quotation for an acceleration to achieve the completion before the specified completion date. Clause 46 of the 6th and 7th edition of the Dubai Municipality Conditions of Contract gives the engineer power to notify the contractor in writing, and the contractor shall thereupon take such steps as are necessary, and the engineer may approve to expedite the progress so as to complete the works for such section by the prescribed time or the extended time. The clause only applies where, due to any reason which does not entitle the contractor to an extension of time, the rate of progress of the works or any section in any time of the engineer, in the opinion of the engineer, too slow to comply with the time for completion. This is a helpful provision from the employer's position. A contractor in danger of overrunning the completion date may opt to pay liquidated damages in preference to acceleration costs in the absence of such a clause. The difficulty in operating acceleration clause is proving the additional cost, resources and reduced outputs which result from the acceleration measures. It will be necessary to isolate the cost of acceleration measures. To do so effectively will require the contractor to demonstrate the cost of resources which would have been used had no acceleration measure had been taken. The contractor and subcontractors usually argue that they have been forced to accelerate the works to overcome delay caused by the architect or the engineer. Normally, in the adherence of an instruction to accelerate, the contractor is not entitled to unilaterally decide to accelerate and expect the employer to pay for the additional cost. The contractor or the subcontractor may argue that he chooses to accelerate faced with a situation where the architect or the engineer's refusal or neglect to study and give proper extension of time. There is sometimes referred to as a constructive acceleration order. Constructive acceleration order is defined by US Codes of Engineers as an act or a failure to act by the employer which does not recognize the contractor has encountered excusable delay or which is entitled to a time extension and which requires the contractor to accelerate his program in order to complete the contractual requirement by existing the contract completion time. This situation may be brought about by the employer's denial of a valid request by a contractor, extension of time, or by the employer untimely granting the time of extension. Now we shall look into the legal precedents of this. The Australian case of Perrine Pacific versus Commonwealth of Australia in 1969, the commercial court of the New South Wales indicated clearly that this type of claim could only be on the basis of some proven breach of contract by the owner, coupled with the proof of damages in the form of completion to time by an expenditure greater than it would otherwise have been incurred. In that case, the breach consisted of a refusal or failure by the certifier to give any consideration at all to the contractor's application. Morrison and Kanuda-san versus BC Hydropower, the owner. Again, the case in British Columbia of unknown, the contractor had secretly agreed with the government representative that no extension of time would be granted in view of the pressing need for electricity by the contract completion date. All requests for extension of time were refused, and the contractor carried out and finished the project with only a slight delay. The Court of Appeal of the British Columbia held that the contractor could have signed it on the basis of a fundamental breach of contract had he known the real reason for the refusals, and in the event would have been entitled on the basis of established case law to put his claim alternatively on a quantum merit basis, and so to escape from the original contract price. The fact that contractor had rescinded but had completed the project limited his remedy to the usual one of damages measured in this case in terms of the additional expense incurred in completing the time, that is, the acceleration of progress. Then there is another case. In the case of W. Stevens Sons, Western Limited versus Metro Canada Limited, the Canadian court held that by stating that in no circumstances would the contractor receive an extension of time for completion, the employer has deliberately breached the contract, and it awarded the damages calculated by reference to the contractor's subsequent acceleration. Now, technical auditor's role in that situation. A contractor or subcontractor can be required to accelerate the work shall depend upon the terms of the contract. The ICE and the Dubai Municipality conditions of contract use power to instruct the contractor to accelerate where due to his own default, progress is getting behind. Agreement between the contractor and the employer is required to instruct acceleration for the delays not of his own making. If the contractor delayed by the employer, architect or the engineer and no recognition is given to the contractor's right for an extension of time, then there is a claim for corrective acceleration may be successful if the contractor decides on acceleration as being less expensive than an overrun. Thank you.